Good evening, everybody, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are, whatever the time of day it is where you are. This evening I decided to talk about the anatomy of a romance scam, because a scam is long and drawn out, usually. And you only get to experience it one time, I hope. But every scam has a way that it goes through. You're on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok. You might even be playing Words with Friends or Scrabble. Excuse me, I've got a little cold sore on the corner of my lip. But you get a message from somebody. I'll use my favourite words, hello pretty, or hello handsome if you're a man. But, you know, it could be anything sweet. There are some days when you wouldn't even answer that. There are some days where you would just go away. But you know there are other days, and you know yourself, there are other days where you are feeling vulnerable, where you are feeling a bit down, a bit upset about something. And you think, oh, somebody to talk to might be all right, actually. So you accept. It's a bit of a diversion, somebody being flattering. Your new phone friend is very polite, is very attentive, and would like you to go to Telegram or WhatsApp, Signal, or is it Vangi? Anyway, you know what I mean. Because you can talk better there, so you do. There's your first test. You've actually done what they've asked you to do, and you've gone to a chat app. In that chat app, you don't know this, but you join a long list of other victims that they're talking to. Within a few days, you're very friendly. Your new friend makes you laugh. Your new friend keeps telling you how beautiful you are and how much they would like to meet you. Now, it doesn't matter whether you think you're beautiful or not. I mean, this is all part of the script. But everybody likes to be praised. Zangi, thank you very much. Everybody likes to be praised. Do you know, I preferred it when it was just Google Chat, and that's what they used. But we all do it, don't we? Everyone likes to be admired. Everyone likes somebody to be nice to them. Especially when you're at home and they're telling you how beautiful you look. And you might be sat there and you've not done your hair, you've not done your makeup, and you've got somebody telling you how beautiful you are. A lot of times. Everybody wants to be admired, so you actually just go into it. And you find that you talk back to your person. So if they say to you, you know, what you doing tonight, babe? What you doing tonight, honey? Very often we find that you will answer back in the same way. Oh, honey, I'm just washing my hair or whatever. Every night you will get a loving message from him or her. Sleep well, dear. I'll see you in your dreams, and, you know, lots of flashy roses and things. And every morning you get another loving message telling you to have a good day and think about them. You will get messages on and off all through the day. As the relationship progresses, you might start to get calls in the middle of the night. Maybe it's the only time that your new friend can talk to you. Excuse me, let me put that sound off. But it's actually sleep deprivation. Makes you less able to think during the day if you haven't got a good night's sleep at night. But of course, it's your new friend and your new lover. And Gilbert, just let me have a look. I have a question I've been talking to online and stuff, and he sent me pictures. Can you go to our Facebook page and have a chat? Because Kathy's there and Sandy will be there. And they'll be able to help you there because you can give them a picture. So as I say, you're now sleep deprived. You yawn, you wake up, you comply, you talk. It doesn't take very long and your new friend is madly in love with you. He lives near me supposedly. No, they won't. It's easy to say you live anywhere online because we don't question it. But you can say anything. I can say I'm Queen of England online. I mean, I'm not, but I can say I am. Everybody wants somebody to admire them. So you keep it going. Everybody wants to be loved. You could be a widow or a widower. Now, going through that process of being a widow or, having somebody dying is not nice. So, you're having a bit of a bad time and somebody comes along and they're telling you how beautiful you are. You could be divorced and just got out of a messy marriage and a messy divorce. You could be in a messy marriage. And you might not be very happy in your marriage. There are a lot of marriages that are split up by romance scams. Maybe your husband or wife takes no notice of you. Maybe they're not very nice to you. You're not very nice to them, but you've got this new person and they're perfect, of course. You can hide away your phone. You can hide away on your phone. And you can chat and be flattered to in the same house that maybe your husband's in. It's a little bit, sort of risky, isn't it? It's very hard to resist once you get actually into it. Fast forward not very far. They don't want a gift card to talk to you. They can be military, they can be oil rig, they can be doctor, they can be pilot, they can be a contractor. They will need something to be able to talk to you, and it's usually a gift card. Of course, in real life, that is ridiculous. But you want to oblige your new friend, so you go and get the gift card and send it. So you've passed a test again. You believe enough, and they know you believe, to actually go out and buy the gift card. It still doesn't give you a video call, but, we'll come to that later. You chat every day and you are very flattered by this very important person who is spending time talking to you every day, because they're always very important people. They don't work in, a McDonald's. They're not, sort of working cleaning the streets. They're always military people. They're doctors. They're millionaire oil rig contractors. They're everything. They're somebody. They have a very busy life, a very important job, and they're taking time to talk to you, and they love you and they miss you. They've never met you, but they miss you. They depend on you and how much they want to be with you, and they will even discuss the future. If you're married, it's, I never treat you like he does, she does. I will always be good to you. They are promising what you've never had, or they think you've never had. The house you're going to buy. Of course, it's always a mansion. It's never a cabin. They're going to buy a vehicle. They're going to buy you a nice new vehicle when they see you. You're going to have everything. Everything you've ever wanted, they will give you. Because, of course, they're very rich. Very often they will let you into their bank account, which is a fake bank account website, because a real person can't just log into somebody else's bank account. But that's just to show you that they've got $3 million in their checking account, which nobody really has, but you're impressed by it. But then something happens. It can be a different sort of something happens depending on what job they do. If it's military, they want to come home to you. They really do. They want to marry you. I mean, they've never met you, but they want to marry you. But they have to get you to fill in a fiancé form. For this form, you've got to pay money. And it's not cheap. You have to apply for them to come to you and visit you and register as their fiancé, which is ridiculous because the military is not interested in fiancés. If they're on an oil rig, they very often say they need a form filling in for the company to allow them off the rig. If they're a doctor, you've got to ask permission from the United Nations. Very common scam. They need you to fill in a form. Why? Because the form comes with a fee. It comes with a very large cost. By now, you're getting into the thousands at every request. If they're in the military, they might ask money for food, for medical treatment. If they're on an oil rig, it could be food or medical treatment, or something will break. And oh my dear, they have got to pay for it, but they can't because their money is frozen in the bank account. Now, in real life, the people that own the oil rig pay for it. But he will give you a bleeding heart story about, but you know, if you pay for it now and quickly, the part can be delivered, it can be fitted, the job can be finished, and it can be on his way to you. And it will be very, they are liars, absolute liars. He will be home with you very, very soon, and he will give you all of your money back. We're talking big money in some of these. You know, we're talking, you know, tens of thousands on these oil rig ones. They want you to pay the flight to come. They want you to pay for the leave. They want you to pay for the flight. There's a few thousand. The money racks up by now. And the more you pay, the more that they will it's got nothing to do with us, whether ICE is out to get rid of illegals. Please, we're talking romance scams. I mean, in real life, the military don't need any money. The oil rig man doesn't need any money. The pretty young girl doesn't need any money to pay the barrister to get daddy's inheritance. But they will, I mean, I've even talked to people where they've cried down the phone because they need the money so much. Of course they don't. They know that by that point you will be leaving. And you are believing. So at that point, it's not likely that you're going to say no. You might start to say, I haven't got any money left. Okay, get a loan. Take out a new card, get a loan. Get another mortgage on your house. You could even sell your house, honey, because I'll put it with the money I've got and we'll buy this beautiful new house that they've picked off the internet. Of course, there's a lot in the middle of all of this. I've given you more or less an outline of the anatomy of a romance scam because it doesn't matter who they are pretending to be. It is charming and at the beginning polite. It is masses of love and romance, and think about it. Think about it very seriously. Let's face it, that wouldn't happen with somebody you've never met in real life. It probably wouldn't happen as quickly with somebody that you knew in real life. This is somebody that you have never met. There will be no video call. I can promise you that. Now, you can say to me, but we had FaceTime, we had video calls. No. They will play you a pre-recorded video and they will move the camera around a little bit and make a few sort of, no, dear me, doesn't take very long, and I'm afraid we can't talk because, you know, the bad reception, honey. But you did see me, didn't you? You did see me, and you do know that I'm real. Sadly, because you've seen them move, that's often accepted. It should never be. This is a video. Now, the thing is that your new love should be able to do a video just like this. If he's in the military, they can do it when they're not on duty. If it's on an oil rig, oil rigs and ships have the most advanced communications of all because they need it. Don't just say, oh, okay then, because I know this is what you're doing. They then will send you the very famous AI message. So they take somebody's, you can do these on an iPhone, any iPhone. they take a picture of somebody and they take a little snippet of their voice and they type in what they want it to say, and it says it in their voice. So they can come on and they can say, hello Mel, I just like you to know that I'm real, babe, and I can't wait to see you, and I'm sorry we couldn't video chat, but I love you so very much. Or they might say, hello Kathy, sorry the video call didn't turn out, but you know it's me because you saw me move, and I love you and I will be with you. And you know, sadly, they are getting accepted. Why? Because it's got your name in it. I mean, how can it be a fake if they've got your name in it? I knew you'd like that bit, Mel. How can it be fake if it's got your name in it? Well, think about it. We all play around with apps. I make the cat talk and things like that. It's just as easy. Now, by this time, you get all silly and loved up. And you can't wait for the next one, even if it costs you $2,000 in the middle before you get the next one. That is what a romance scam is. They are extroverts. Depending how they find how amenable, they will keep going. They will get braver. They're also narcissists. So they are assuming, narcissists in real life, not as the character, they're assuming you're going to fall for it and you're going to just do as you're told. Honey, could I send some money to your bank account because you know my bank account's frozen? And then can you take it and put it into Bitcoin for me? Or maybe I could send you some checks and you could put them through your account. Then you can take it out and then you can send it on to me as cash or Bitcoin or something else. Now, the problem with, by this time, I've mentioned that you're all loved up. By this time, you're willing to do anything. And they know it. So they have your money laundering. That is criminal offence. They're not going to get arrested, but you might. And very often, they do. They do. Money mules, which is what you become. If you have an account and your name's on that account and that's the account the money's going through, it's your crime. Doesn't say, you can't stand in court and say, I thought he was real. That doesn't matter. Hi, Jay. It doesn't matter if you think he's real or not. It's the fact that you have done the deed. Money laundering sounds so dramatic, and yet it's so simple that it can be part of a romance scam. It's very, very simple. You are talking to a criminal. You are not talking to the good-looking guy in the pictures. To you, this relationship is everything because they have conditioned you to believe it's everything. But behind it, that you can't see, is a room full of cyber criminals scamming 100 plus other women at the same time. Why do you think you are, honey? My queen, babe, baby, as you're all putting down here. That's because they don't want to get your name mixed up. They're not going to say, well, hi, Kathy, did you sleep well? And Kathy's going to turn around and say, I'm not Kathy, I'm Mel. They don't want to do that because they, have questions to answer and they're not very good at questions. So you are honey, you are babe, you are my queen. And you think, oh, he calls me with such nice names. But it's practical for the crime. It's not romance, it's not nice. You are nobody to them, and I can't stress that enough to you. You are just a client with a number. The love you feel for the person in the pictures because they're sending you new pictures every day is not even love for a real person, because the real person is not sending you all these love words. Just to be harsh, and I apologise for this, you are falling in love or have fallen in love with nice words and pictures. Not your fault, but that is the reality. You have not stood in front of this person and being able to look in their eyes and talk to them. Whether you're a man or a woman and you're talking to a man or a woman. You haven't stood with them. You have not had that proof that you're stood with them in the flesh. And yet you promise them the world. You give them your world. With no proof in the middle of this. You might think you know them. You know them and you think, nobody would do this to me. They could never be a room full of cyber criminals. It's him, it's her. They love me. Romance fraud is the most cruel form of fraud. It's the most cruel form of fraud that you can get, because it can last a long time, depending on who you are talking to. It can last for weeks, months, or years. That's a long time out of your life and a lot of money to use. It is very difficult when the scam ends. And the thing about a scam, the thing about an online relationship with a stranger that has approached you online, it will end. 100% of them end in emotional disaster. It is very difficult to get the face of the man or the girl that you think you've been talking to out of your head, but it was never them. I know telling you to be aware of when you are vulnerable is a hard thing to do, because we can't do it, really. But you know when you're having an off day. But you must evaluate everything that a stranger is telling you right from the start, because if you don't, you're going to get pulled in to their web. If you don't start out at the beginning thinking about it, it's harder. It's harder as you get through the scam, and you're less likely to get out of it, because you don't know it's a scam. You're on cloud 9 every day when really you are in hell for what they're doing to you. But you don't know it yet. Social media owners are not going to do anything about it. Dating site owners are not going to do anything about it. And law enforcement can't do anything about it, because the vast majority of these people are way out of your country. Your law enforcement cannot go to another country and arrest somebody. Who are they going to arrest? They hide behind pictures, they hide behind money mules, they hide behind everything. They don't pinpoint where they actually are. Police don't have the jurisdiction to do it, and whether they have the time or the money to do it. Sadly, being a victim of romance fraud means you will not get your money back. You will not get your scammers arrested. You will not see your day in court. They will not go to prison. Unless, of course, you've decided to handle money for them. And you will see your day in court, but you'll be the one that's being charged in court. This is why we fight it, and there's a few of our ladies down here as well. They are pure evil. Absolutely, Kathy. This is why we do this. Once you get into an online relationship, it can only end one way, as I said. It is not them coming home to you to get married. This is just about the biggest crime in the world that's never spoken about. The countries themselves, where the scammers are not going to do anything. Scammers spend the money that you send them. The countries benefit from that. Usually the countries where these scammers are have enough on their plate anyway. But you know, it could be your life savings that is going to be a new Mercedes-Benz, some new bright coloured clothes and some new shoes. They don't care. They've got the money from the client. One of the reasons that this isn't taken as seriously as other ones is it's not a physical crime, it's called a paper crime. I know that's not from me, that is just what it is. It's a difficult warning to give, and all of us will tell you that, because nobody wants it. Nobody wants to think they're fallen victim to online fraud, online romance fraud. And yet around the world there will be many hundreds of thousands of victims right at this moment talking to somebody they are in love with online. Maybe even sending money to somebody online, planning a wedding. We have plenty of that. Wedding dresses bought, venues booked, planning a future, being totally wrapped up in it. I'd like to end with something that's very sad side effect in these relationships. Scammers like you to be separated from your family. They encourage people to not tell their families, not to talk to their families, because if the families know it's a scam, and very often they do, they're going to tell the victim, and the victim, they don't want the victim having any pressure from that side. They want to keep the scam going. So honey, don't tell anybody. They will meet me when I come to you. Don't talk to them. Keep yourself away from them. These are your loved ones. These are your family. These are your loved ones. These are the friends that you've had for years. And this person on the other side of this scam is tearing you away from them. It isn't worth it. Honestly, it isn't worth it. They are your loved ones, so please, please never turn your back on them. And it's very difficult if you've got a loved one in a scam because you want to blast them, you want to argue with them. But try not to. But if you're the victim, don't turn your back on them. Never close your mind for a single day when you are in a relationship online. And it doesn't matter what happens in it. For God's sake, please do not send money. No matter the reason, no matter the begging, no matter the story, please do not send money. Because as I say, it is spent on clothes, shoes, cars, watches. And it might be your life savings, and it might be the result of you selling your house. Watch out, there are scammers about. Thank you very much, everybody. And I hope to see you again next time we do this. Maskin, I'm just sick and I'm sorry for all these men and women who is, yes, it's awful. It is absolutely awful, and we need to talk about it. We need to get people to talk about it, because I can say one thing, and I'll say this before I go. Nobody should be ashamed of being in a scam. Nobody should be ashamed of being a scam victim. You have been manipulated. It is not your fault. So, thank you everybody. Kathy, Dawn and Mel. Let's fight them. And let's do something. Hi Beth, and bye Beth. Good night everybody.